Okay, we're going to go for Stoke City at home to Sunderland. This is a 3 PM kick-off on Saturday afternoon in the Premier League. Talk about Stoke City to begin with. They've lost their last 2 Premier League games, which is disappointing. They want to hit back from that this weekend. Do you think they've maybe got one eye on the Europa League a little bit now? Because obviously that's coming up. They've got Valencia this month. And do you think their league form could maybe suffer a little bit because of that?
It's hard to say.
They've played a lot of games this year.
They have played a lot of games. I mean, they started back in July, didn't they? They've played something like 11, 12 games in the Europa League already, which is ridiculous. But it is getting to the sharp end of that tournament, and there's a big game against Valencia.
Yeah.
But so maybe, I mean, their league form has dipped, like they went on such an excellent run that took them up to 8th place. And you would have expected them to maybe freshen up in the January transfer window.
I was going to say that they're the only team, I think, that didn't sign anyone. And with the Europa League and with obviously extra games, you'd have thought that maybe they'd have brought a couple of bodies in, but if anything, they've let a couple go.
I was watching Sky Sports News on deadline day, and there was a report outside, I can't remember who it was, but he was sort of like, there's definitely going to be business here today, there's definitely going to be business. But nothing happened. I mean, they spent 50 million over the summer bringing in Palacios, Crouch and Cameron Jerome, I think it was. Yeah. So maybe they sort of spent all the money in the summer, didn't want to bring in midway through. But yeah, you would have thought they would have maybe freshened up a little bit, but they didn't, so they've stuck with their lot. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
And Sunderland, 3-0 at home to Norwich last night. They're in a purple patch at the moment. I think since Martin O'Neill joined, in terms of the form, they're top of the league, which just says a lot. They've got 19 points or something. They're up to 8th in the table. And one interesting point I wanted to bring up about Sunderland is that Neil Lennon said before the game last night, which was on Sky, he said that Martin O'Neill he's not really a big believer in tactics and sort of all those, he just believes that it's simple, and he simply believes in his players, and that is just showing, isn't it?
Yes, and if there's one man who gets a team playing for him, it is Martin O'Neill. I think Harry Redknapp's similar in a way that he's not renowned as a great tactician, he's not known, but his success,
the best at his
success comes from getting players believing and getting players being confident, and that's all that's happened at Sunderland. There's no great tricks. It just Sunderland are a bit low under Steve Bruce, and Martin O'Neill's got him playing for him.
And a good example of that is Fraser Campbell, isn't it? Because he's come in after so long out, like 18 months out, and he looks like a class striker again. A cracking goal against Norwich last night, and he's a threat for them. And the young guy McLean as well, who's come in under O'Neill, and he's been fantastic.
Exactly. I think obviously Steve Bruce didn't have Fraser Campbell available to him because of injury, but he's come back in at the right time. Yeah. Like I said, he's got him playing for him. James McLean has been a revelation. I mean, he's been plucked out and Martin O'Neill's put him in the first team, and he's responded. And it's just what Sessignon, they've got Seb Larson, he's good attacking players, and he's sort of got on plan and going forward, which is really good for Sunderland.
Okay, we'll go for a prediction on this one. Stoke City at home to Sunderland. Should be quite a tight game, I think, but I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think both teams will be reasonably happy with that.
I can't see Sunderland doing anything but winning this game, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 Sunderland win.